Now to a story of demolition which has the country completely transfixed, largely due to the spectacle of the explosion bringing down one of the tallest buildings in the NCR region. However, the boom apart, the story of Supertech Twin Towers exploding into a rubble of heap in a posh Noida locality merits attention, as it is a symbol of the triumph of the ordinary middle class's fight against the largely corrupt builder lobby.
So this is a story of a rare legal victory against the vast and elaborate tentacles of graft pervading the entrenched real estate sector. Well, we bring you a first-hand account of the anxiety and excitement building up around the controlled demolition. It is hoped that the explosion on Sunday also leads to an implosion of the corrupt system from within, serving a reminder to the unscrupulous builders that the towers of corruption can be brought down like a pack of cards.
These twin towers, both over 30 stories high, stand like two giant edifices in Noida Sector 93A. But their domination of this landscape is soon coming to an end. Wrapped in geotextile, they are waiting for their demolition day.
The Supreme Court last year ruled that Supertech Twin Towers were to be demolished as they were built in the premises of Emerald's court premises, and they were against the violation of norms. Just behind me is these twin towers, which Supreme Court has fixed August 28 as the date for raising the illegal twin towers, and also relaxed the time frame till September 4 in the case of delays arising from technical or weather condition.
On Sunday at 2:30 p.m., India will witness its biggest skyscraper demolition. The twin towers will crumble like a pack of cards. Employing the waterfall implosion method, the buildings will fall inwards. And in a matter of seconds, a monstrous illegality will be razed to the ground. But ahead of the demolition, about 5,000 residents of the buildings nearby are being evacuated.
Whatever advices issue हो रही है उसका हम पालन कर रहे हैं. बेसिकली इसमें यही है, सबसे पहले यही है कि हम लोग इसको evacuate होना है विद मैन एंड व्हीकल्स. और 7 बजे का डेडलाइन दी गई है फॉर 28th को. 28th मॉर्निंग 7 AM डेडलाइन फॉर द रेजिडेंट्स टू वैकेट. उसके लिए हमने प्रोटोकॉल्स बना लिए गए हैं पूरे.
To the front of the towers is a 60 feet wide road and a park. To the left is the Emerald Court, comprising 12 buildings. The closest is barely 9 meters from the demolition site. To the right are the 7 towers of the housing complex ATS Village. At the rear end are some buildings of Parswan Srishti. For those living in the Emerald Court, it is now a test of nerves.
एक्साइटमेंट से ज़्यादा लोगों में शायद डर है. अभी कुछ लोगों से बात करो तो ऐसा लगता है, क्योंकि ऐसी नई चीज़ है जिसका एक्सपीरियंस किसी ने पहले सुना नहीं है अभी तक. सो वी आर नॉट वेरी श्योर अबाउट इट कि अभी क्या होगा उसमें.
थोड़ा डर भी रहेगा, थोड़ा उत्साह भी रहेगा देखने का. लेकिन ये है कि सरकार को आगे से जो पब्लिक है उनके पैसे बेकार नहीं जाए, ये ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा उनको.
दोनों चीज़ है, मिक्स है जब, क्योंकि ऐसा कभी देखे नहीं है तो थोड़ा सा तो लगेगा और थोड़ी इच्छा भी है कि देखेंगे जरूर.
धूल मिट्टी भी इसके लिए किसी को भी परेशानी कर सकती है इसमें. और एक्सप्लोजन जो यूज होगा उसमें तो केमिकल्स होते हैं, और वो केमिकल्स आपके देखिए ना कहीं किसी न किसी की सांस के द्वारा पशु पक्षियों को भी तंग करेगा, मनुष्यों को भी करेगा. देखिए जितने भी यहाँ पर आपके रहने वाले हैं, स्पेशली जो बिल्कुल साथ में सोसाइटीज है ना, उनके लिए ये वाकई में ये बहुत ज़्यादा डरावनी चीज़ हो रही है. ये आसान नहीं है इस चीज़ को झेलना.
Ahead of the mega implosion, neighboring housing societies are pitching in with food and water and a place to rest for those evacuated for the demolition.
सभी तरह की तैयारी हम लोग करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. सुपरटेक के जो हमारे फ्रेंड्स फैमिलीज़ हैं उनके लिए, उनको 7 बजे इवैक्यूएट करके जब वो यहाँ पे आएंगे तो उनकी ब्रेकफास्ट की और बाकी सभी खाने की हर तरह की व्यवस्था, यहाँ पर बैठने की लेटने की व्यवस्था, वो सब हम लोग यहाँ पर करने वाले हैं. प्लस कुछ टीवी स्क्रीन्स वगैरह भी हम लगाएंगे ताकि उनका एंटरटेनमेंट भी होता रहे और वो अपडेट भी उनको मिलता रहे कि किस तरह से ये सब प्रक्रिया आगे चल रही है.
The warning signs on the fencing are clear. Keep away from these roads and the vicinity of these illegal towers. The Babu builder nexus created this monster, but the courage of the residents to withstand a long legal battle has led to the countdown for the disappearance of their eyesore. With Ishwara and Abhishek Raj in Noida, Times Now.
All right, Aishwarya is joining us live with more details on what's expected. Aishwarya, we got the first-hand account of what the residents think, but there is a lot of anticipation, in fact, across the country, because the demolition of the Twin Towers is being seen as a victory of the people, as the corruption towers will be brought down. What's happening there? What are the preparations like?
Well, it's been 11 years long journey for the residents of the ATS village and Emerald Court societies, which are just nearby to these Twin Towers. And now when they have fought this battle in the Supreme Court, it is the D-Day that they all are waiting for, 28th of August 2022, and 2:30 p.m. will be the time that within 12 seconds these two buildings, the Twin Towers buildings, which has approximately a height of more than 100 meters, will come down. And therefore the reason perhaps the preparations are at the last stage here in Sector 93. 15 authorities have been involved in the demolition process, includes the Noida Authority, the Noida Traffic, Fire Service, the demolition companies, which includes Edifice Engineering and Jet Demolitions. But for the residents, it's very important to stay away, and therefore several guidelines have also been given by the Noida Authority. Sharp at 7 a.m. on 28th August, there will be no life here for 500-meter exclusion zone, and all the animals and humans will be completely evacuated from this place. And therefore, and after that, we have been told on 28th August that at 9 a.m. The Society Task Force team will shut down the gas and electricity pipelines as well in these societies which are nearby. And at around 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, the Greater Expressway, which is just 500 meters away from this Twin Towers location, will be completely shut. So the traffic will be completely shut between 2 to 3 p.m. and between that 2:30 will be the time where the demolition will take place. And soon after that, at 4 o'clock, we have been told that the team of the demolition company as well as the Noida Authority will arrive over here to look after the situation of whether there is any damages in the nearby societies after the demolition or not. And later, if not, then the services of gas and electricity will resume. So yes, the timeline has been prepared of what will happen minute after minute on the day of the demolition on 28th of August. But for the residents who will be vacated, there are two societies which have been named. One is Parsnath and Silver City, where the residents itself has taken an initiative to prepare tents, food for the residents, and some TV screens as well, so that they can see the live demolition process over here at these Twin Towers. But it's a huge win for the residents against the Babus who have built these illegal buildings against the violation of norms. And Supreme Court finally, after 11 years, gave the judgment, and therefore the resident seems very happy, excited, but certainly nervous if something doesn't happen wrong on August 28 on the day of demolition.
All right, Aishwarya, of course, there's a lot of anticipation and also a little bit of fear as well on how it would go about, but a lot of preparations have been put in place. It's all going to last only for just about 10 seconds. In fact, Siddharth will show us a detailed account of how it'll all go down on Sunday.
Absolutely, Pratibha. This is a monumental effort on the part of those who are seeking to now demolish these two pillars, these two towers that are 31 floors and 32 floors tall. 3,700 kilograms of explosives will be used to bring down these two towers in a space of about 9 to 10 seconds. That's how long the collapse will actually take following the explosion. The explosives have been placed at 9,462 spots in different parts of these two structures at Supertech. The height of Tower 1 is 103 meters and the other tower is just slightly shorter, which is 93 meters. One's 32 floors, the other's 31 floors. And these twin towers will be brought down on the 28th of August. More than 5,000 cubic meters of debris are likely to in fact be left behind as a consequence of this demolition. The area that we're talking about is about 7.5 lakh square feet, and it will take approximately 2 to 3 days to completely clear the debris. But those in charge of the demolition have spoken to the media and said that all possible precautions have been taken to minimize any impact on the residents living in the surrounding areas.
Okay, all right. In fact, the demolition of Twin Towers in Noida Sector 93A also comes in compliance of the Supreme Court order. It is important to note that the decision was taken after the construction was declared illegal by the Allahabad High Court in 2014. So as per the court orders, the money of the home buyer shall be refunded with added 12% interest by the builders. Guests also joining us to discuss more on what next. Advocate Anish Agarwal, who is an advocate in the case, as well as Uday Bhan Singh, president of Supertech Emerald Court Resident Association. Has really been a big victory. Anish Agarwal, I'll come to you first. You know, it was a big battle. It went on for several years. Now finally building up to what's going to happen on Sunday. So it's being seen as a victory of the people.
Certainly it is a big victory for all the residents because contesting such a huge matter against an established builder and winning it all the way through up to the Supreme Court is a big feat, and I will give it up to the residents who stood together for all this time, and that is what in my view has been the most difficult and challenging bit on this.
Being joined by Mr. Uday Bhan Singh Teotia, who is the president of the Supertech Emerald Court Resident Association. And sir, it's been a long ordeal for you. It's been a long legal battle as well. What do you believe that the demolition of these two illegal towers symbolizes in the larger battle against corruption, particularly against the builder bureaucrat lobby across the country?
Yes, you're absolutely right. It has taken almost 11 years to fight the case from Allahabad High Court to Supreme Court, and it has been a very ordeal for the residents to live in this such a bad conditions. But it definitely proves that justice is delayed but not denied. And we have been very hopeful that we will be winning the case because we had a very strong case. As you all know, that these towers were being built on the violations of bylaws of the Noida Authority. It was absolutely very clear that these two authorities, that is the builder and the Noida Authority, they had collided with each other, and the same has been upheld in Allahabad High Court and Supreme Court. We are very happy that the message will go throughout the country that such illegal construction should not be allowed.
Yes, in fact, we've also asked our viewers to join us to share their thoughts on what this means. Bhuvana is calling us from Chennai. Yes, Bhuvana, go ahead. Okay, the call seems to have been dropped. We have Anil Sharma, who's also calling from Delhi. Mr. Anil Sharma, what are your thoughts?
See, I disagree slightly with your statement that this will deter corrupt builders.
Okay.
I have a flat in Unitech Horizons since 2005-6. I have paid taking loan from HDFC. Still, the case is in Supreme Court. How does that? I mean, there is no relief. I don't know whether I will live to get that flat. So many corrupt builders, they just get away. This is just I don't see anything in this.
Right, Mr. Sharma, we've taken your thoughts on board. In fact, let me take that across to our guests as well. You just heard a caller there. Let me take this to you, Mr. Agarwal. You just heard a caller there express his concern that this might not actually deter the builder bureaucrat lobby, because there are several other such projects in different parts of the country where the residents are seriously facing a long legal battle against a very powerful lobby. Is there hope for them, sir?
Certainly this case brings a lot of hope to a lot of people, because saying that all is gloomy and not well is not correct. This shows that in case the builder is flouting all the norms and going against all the established principles and taking away property of the residents even after handing over possession, etc., cannot be accepted, and that the courts will stand up against all such actions. Now, the caller was in fact seemed to have been calling in relation to some flat which has not yet been delivered. Unfortunately, in the country there is a huge flow, or in a routine manner builders are going bankrupt, which is a very big challenge for the administrative as well as the judicial system
in
right
fact,
now.
let me just interrupt you because we're getting more calls. We're being inundated with calls this morning in the build-up to that demolition expected to take place on the 28th of August. Prashant Sharma joins us on the phone line. Yes, your thoughts, sir.
Yes, good morning to you all. I'm from Mumbai. Practically every day there is a news about this developers getting bankrupt, and there is a nexus going on in redevelopment sector, which is a booming sector right now from last so many years in Mumbai. But what I am seeing over here in Noida is that it's a corrective action which is taken. There is no preventive measure. So what we need to do is there has to be preventive measures before such things are getting started to build. And poor people, I mean, hard-earned money is getting, invested into this, and then suddenly such thing happens. What I want Times Now also to do is, I want to draw your attention, is that redevelopment, every week, I mean, you also should have a program on redevelopment issues, what is going on. There has to be a follow-up on this. There are 5,800, redevelopment projects which are stalled. So this is a big issue. That's all I wanted to say about this. I think media like yours, Times Now and the other media should take up this issue on a war footing measure.
Right, I completely agree with you there, Mr. Sharma. It's a very valid concern that you've raised. This is a problem that is endemic in different parts of the country, and that's one of the reasons why it needs to be taken up very aggressively. I would urge our guests, Mr. Agarwal as well as Mr. Teotia, to please stay with us. We'll slip into a short break just for the time being. We'll come back with more on the other side. Stay tuned.